March 22nd Board of Works meeting to order. Roll call. Here.
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 Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
No.
Approval of minutes of meeting of March 15th, 2018.
I motion to accept the minutes from March 15.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 5, correspondence. Bid recommendation received from First Group Engineering for the 2018 Hammond Community Crossings Project, Houghton Place Pavement Recycling or HMA Milling and Resurfacing, 173rd Street from Indianapolis Boulevard to Indiana Harbor Belt Railroad to low bidder Reith Riley Construction. Do I have a motion to approve that recommendation?
Motion to approve First Group Engineering's.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, correspondence received from Councilman Bill Emerson Sr. requesting $100,000 of gaming funds be allocated to the 2018 sidewalk program and $1,110,000 of gaming funds be allocated for the 2018 overlay program. This has been signed by the mayor already. Do I have a motion approving the councilman's request?
Motion to approve the councilman's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, right-of-way permit submitted to INDOT for a bicycle race utilizing US 41/Calumet Avenue from 121st Street to 129th Street to Sheffield Avenue, Sheffield Parkway from 129th Street to Calumet Avenue, Saturday, May 12th, 2018, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
So I'm guessing he's requesting this and we're approving his request, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Motion to approve the request and
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, correspondence received from AT&T requesting permission to perform work at 5508 Calumet Avenue.
Yeah. Mark's looked at it.
Okay, so these have been reviewed by the engineering department. And
Which one is this? 5508?
yes,
Yeah. Motion to approve the AT&T request for 5508 Calumet.
I second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, correspondence received from AT&T requesting permission to perform work at 7621 Northcott, also reviewed and approved by the engineering department.
Motion to approve the request for Northcott Avenue.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item F, correspondence received from AT&T requesting permission to perform work at 1006 Becker Street, reviewed and approved by engineering.
Motion to approve the Becker Street request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item G, correspondence received from AT&T requesting permission to perform work at 1206 Hoffman Street. And again, reviewed and approved by engineering.
Motion to approve Hoffman Street request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item H, correspondence received from Captain Rudy Gracia, Hammond Police Department, requesting approval of purchase of an updated radio communication system for the Hammond Public Works, Hammond Water Department, and Hammond Port Authority from Motorola. These are the new radios for these departments. Each of them are contributing funds towards this project, and this will be putting all of our public works and utilities on the same county system as our police and fire. Do I have a motion to approve Captain Gracia's request?
Motion to approve the request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item I, municipal lease with Motorola Solutions for radio equipment. This is the lease that goes along with that purchase request that allows for the purchase of the radios and installation of the equipment, along with a 3-year financing for those departments. Do I have a motion to approve the lease agreement?
Motion to approve the lease agreement.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item J, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting Correctional Officer Chad Thompson be promoted and receive promotional raise, specialty pay to Officer Juan Ortiz and Officer Jonathan Kerr for performing in the capacity of a field training officer, advising of the approval of the 14th annual 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and submitting disposal authorizations.
You guys don't have a lot of cars, man.
Motion to approve the police chief's request.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item K, hearing on property located at 1204 Lakeview Avenue. Is anyone present for the hearing on 1204 Lakeview?
Attorney Matthews was representing the property owner of this property.
Did we see Attorney Matthews here today? Earlier?
I haven't seen it.
Do you want to put it to the end and then see? Okay. Okay.
Good.
Well, let's get the demos out the way.
All right. Item L, demolition hearings on property located at 537 173rd Street, garage only, 1529 174th Place, AKA 1531 174th Place, rear only, 1530 through 32 174th Street, 3921 176th Place, 7736 Belmont Avenue, 7616 Birch Avenue, 7627 Birch Avenue, 6910 through 12 Calumet Avenue, 1009 Carroll Street, 24 Condit Street, 233 through 35 Kenwood Street, 6927 McCook Avenue, garage only, 4905 Pine Avenue, 1258 Sherman Street, 2040 Sherman Street, 717 Sibley, 5541 Soul Avenue, garage only, 7212 Southeastern Avenue, 4226 Wabash Avenue, garage, 972 Wilcox Street, 36 Williams Street, and 6435 Woodard Avenue.
Say that again.
Good morning, Madam President and Board.
Morning.
We have several demolitions for you today. The first one is 537 173rd Street. 537 173rd. Come on up. This is a request for a garage demolition. The owner is listed as Hampton, and Audrey Hampton, and deceased. Okay. I'm going to show the board, if I could approach, some photos of the condition of the property. And ma'am, are you familiar with the property? Is that the condition of it? Okay. It's worse, okay. So the city's position to the board would be to affirm the demolition order as presented. Ma'am, if you could state your name and your address and your relationship to Ms. Hampton. You can come on up. You can come on up.
If you can go ahead and speak in the microphone for us.
Ninochika Hampton, 537 173rd.
Oh, you live at the property as well? So do you have any objection to the city moving forward with the demolition of the garage?
No.
Okay, were you planning on making any repairs to it or anything like that?
Yeah.
You were, okay. So you've seen the condition of it though, right?
Yes.
And you admit that it's in worse condition.
Correct.
So if you're gonna make repairs to the garage, you have to pay for an inspection. But in the meantime, our request to the board is gonna be to affirm the demolition order and the process will move forward. But if you do wanna save it, you have to pay the inspection for the inspection downstairs, then they'll come out and inspect it, and we can enter a rehab agreement.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay,
When are these demos scheduled to be bid out?
they'll probably be bid out within the next 6 to 8 weeks, they'll have them before the board.
Okay, ma'am. So if we affirm the demolition order today, nothing's going to happen on them for, a couple months at least, right? So that gives you some time to get the inspection paid for, see how much it's actually going to cost to repair the property, and then enter into a rehab agreement with the city if you do decide to move forward with that. So you'll have some time, but if we affirm this order, that means it's going to go on the demolition list. Do you understand that?
I hear what you're saying. I don't understand it all.
Okay, so because the city has determined that this structure is unsafe,
Correct.
it's going to be entered onto the demolition list. So once these properties are bid out for demo contractors, it's going to be probably May before we send someone out there to actually knock down the property, and then we would put a lien on your property for the cost of that demolition. So if you wanted to try to repair it in between that time, you need to get an inspection from our inspection department and see what it's going to cost to actually do that.
And you can do that downstairs, you pay for the inspection at the inspections building department down in the basement floor.
G.
Yep, on G, yep.
Okay?
So, Madam President, the board would request the demolition order be affirmed given the condition of the property and the evidence we presented to the board.
Do I have a motion to approve that recommendation?
Motion to affirm the order.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
The next address is 1529 174th Place. I'm happy to report to the board that the owner has demolished this himself, and we are going to remove it from the list, so no action by the board is required.
Okay.
Next property is 1530-32 174th Street. I believe Attorney Sorge was here for that property. He is here. This is the owner is listed as Coy. It's been vacant for many years, and there is an illegal homestead on the property, boarded windows, missing siding, and the garage has graffiti on it. I can show the board some photos of that. So, Bob, you've seen these, right?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, yeah. So it's the city's position that we would like the demolition order affirmed.
We just would just move forward and getting a demolition inspection done on it after, and see if we can make an agreement with the city to rehab it after consideration of all this by the owner, so. I don't-
No issue with
I'm
moving
not-
forward?
I don't have any issue.
Okay.
Motion to affirm the order.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, we'll see you, yep. The next address is 3921 176th Place. This is anyone here on that property? I am. The owner is listed as Treader. The property does have a homestead exemption on it, and it looks like there's a collapsing porch and a rotting garage. I will present the board with those photos after I ask this young lady here about them. Are you the owner?
Technically, my dad, who passed away, left it to me.
Is that Randy Treader?
Yes.
Okay, and do you live there?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Are you aware that there's a homestead exemption on the property with the county? That means that you're saying you live there and you don't. And you're getting a credit on your taxes, because if you live at a house, you get a credit on your taxes for a certain amount.
I was not aware of that because my grandma's name was supposed to be on the house as said
Is
in
she
the...
living there?
No.
Is anyone living there?
No.
Okay, so you need to get rid of your homestead exemption at the county, otherwise you're costing every county taxpayer money, because you're getting a discount. There's the form.
Okay.
Here's the condition of the home. Does this accurately depict the condition of the home as it
Yes.
is currently or recently?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna present those photos to the board. Hi.
Hi.
Members of the board, the city's position is to request that the demolition order be affirmed as presented. We did get a note from the mortgage company indicating that the mortgage has been being paid, and they are leaving it up to the owners to deal with this. So you have an opportunity to address the board. Just make sure you state your name and address, and you can present any evidence regarding the property.
State your name for us.
Sarah Treader.
And how long have you taken ownership over this house? How long ago did your dad leave that to you?
He passed away in August.
In August. So do you have any plans to repair it? What are your plans for the property?
I definitely plan to repair and move in when I'm able to. Kind of just been going over there and cleaning it out, and I've been doing like small repairs.
Okay. Did you hear what we said to the first lady who came before the board earlier?
Yes.
Okay, so if right now, the city has determined that the property is unsafe, right? So if we affirm the order to put it on the demolition list, it's gonna be several weeks before it actually is bid out, meaning that the contractors will come and bid to do that work. So probably won't be until May before somebody would actually go out there and take any action on the property. So if during that time you are serious about repairing the property, you can come in, meet with our inspections department, pay for an inspection to go out there and to let you know exactly what you're gonna need to do to bring it back up to code, and then enter into a rehab agreement with us to do that work, and then we would be able to monitor that. If we see progress, we're not gonna knock it down. Okay, do you understand all of that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that?
Nope.
Okay, do you have any issue with us affirming the order on that today?
Nope.
All right. Motion to affirm the order.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Do we have time to get it fixed?
Yeah, you will. You gotta pay for the inspection first. Just go downstairs and they'll pay for the inspection. They'll schedule it and they'll do a report.
I'd be impressed if she'd be able to do that.
Yeah, me too.
The next property is 7736 Belmont. 7736 Belmont. Good morning. We show this owned by a owner's Catris, K-A-T-R-I-S. It's been vacant for 6 years. The photos show a structure that has a rotting garage and a collapsing porch with some work done on it some time ago, but that the work must have stopped. We're also unaware of any permits being pulled recently. Sir, are you familiar with this property?
Yes, I am.
Is that a accurate description of the condition of the property?
Pretty much, except for the weeds. There's no weeds around the
Okay,
property. But
you've got photos as well?
This
I
is,
can
this
show
is
those to you.
as of March 20th.
Yeah, I can show this to the board as well. All right.
Actually, once I received notice, I did take immediate action.
Can you state your name for us?
I'm sorry, John Catras. I'm the property owner at 7736.
Thank you.
As soon as receiving notification from the city, I did talk to the inspector. They recommended get an inspection permit, which I did, and I'm waiting for inspection to see what's going to take to get the house done. 90% of the exterior has been completed. The only reason that it stopped, bought it for a family member after the passing of my father. I live 5 blocks away from the house. My mother was supposed to be there. She had slight dementia, but it accelerated, so we knew that she couldn't be on her own in the house, so it sat vacant. But now, I am a contractor by trade. And usually I do for others before you do for yourself. You ever hear that saying? My daughter's going to be graduating high school. She's going to be going to Purdue Cal, so she's expressed interest into the house. So as soon as I get the inspection, the demo inspection from the city, I will get the necessary permits to finish the house. As you can see, it's gutted. It's all ready. The house is pretty solid.
Have you scheduled that yet, the inspection?
I
Or
did
you're
pay for
waiting?
the permit. I'm just waiting for a call.
You're waiting for the schedule?
So
Okay.
in situations like this, what we are, the city position is usually to allow the request that the demolition be affirmed. And then as long as this gentleman follows through with the inspection of the rehab, by the time it comes up for bid, we'll be able to, or Ms. Cantor will be able to let the board know that they'll stay the demolition of it pending the satisfactory completion of the rehab agreement. So we would request that the order be affirmed to keep the process going. And as long as this gentleman follows through on what he says, we won't have a problem.
You understand that, sir?
Sure.
Okay.
As long as I'm waiting, because I'm willing to start it, as soon as I can on it.
Motion to affirm the order.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, the next property before the board is 7616 Birch, 7616 Birch. Given the condition of the property and the illegal homestead vacant with water and mold, we would request that the order be affirmed as presented. We do have good service.
Motion to affirm the order.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
7627 Birch, 7627 Birch. This is owned by D&D Real Estate. It's been vacant, again, mold, boarded up. Given the condition of the property, we would request that the order be affirmed as presented. We do have good service.
Motion to affirm the order.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
6910-12 Calumet. Hi, good morning. This is I'm sure the board is familiar with this property. It sits across from Madvex Hot Dogs. It's the house in between the car lot and the Edison Little League National League field, or it used to be, when I played on it, that was the National League field. But and it's been vacant for some years. It's now boarded up. I got a phone call from Kyle Hugavine, who is, I believe, probably your attorney? Or, no? Yes. Okay. Yeah, and indicated that they have paid for an inspection. They're waiting for the inspection, but there's no indication that they want to fix it up. They want to sell it. So given the condition of the property that's been vacant for so long, we would request that the demolition order be affirmed, and that if they do end up selling the property, that of course the Unsafe Building Act requires them to notify any subsequent purchaser of the demo order. So that's our position. The board wants to see photos, although I believe you're familiar with the property. But you can go ahead and present any evidence you want, and just please state your name.
David Jankovic. I had it inspected yesterday. They came out. And then I have a purchase agreement, which is pending the inspection. So it should be gone as soon as, they're going to take over the rehab.
So they intend to repair the property?
Yeah.
You can, yeah, I mean, if you want to.
So they're aware of the current state and that it's on the demolition list currently? Okay.
It's just pending the inspection from yesterday.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Should we ask who the buyer is? Do we decide who this is? That's-
So are you planning to enter into the rehab agreement prior to the purchase, or?
I'm waiting for them to, they were waiting for this meeting to see what's going on.
And that's why, of course, our position is enter the order. I mean, we can't be party to a private agreement, and if it ends up where, they take over the rehab, great, we'll do the same thing we always do, which is allow the permits to be stayed while it's pending, but we don't want to stop the process, so we would request the order be affirmed.
All right, motion to affirm the order.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks. Just
Thank you.
Get in contact with
I
us.
hope it works.
too.
Thank you, good luck. 1009 Carroll Street. 1009 Carroll, good morning. The owner is listed as Granada. This is a property, oh, did I skip any?
No?
No, okay. 1009 Carroll. This property is been indicated by the inspections department as an illegal cut-up. I'll show you the pictures. It's been boarded up for some time, and we would request that the order be affirmed. Ma'am, could you please state your name? Okay, are you the owner of the property, or one of the owners? Okay, you are the owner, okay. Is this the property at issue?
Yes,
And is that the condition of it?
yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to present the board with photos. And request that the order be affirmed. Ma'am, you have the opportunity to speak to the board and give them any information.
I already requested the inspection for demolition because I want to start fixing it. I was pregnant, I wasn't able to do it before because I was high-risk pregnancy. But now I asked for engineer inspection to go in and I want to really fix it. So he looked in the foundation, he looks everything, and I have the report here. I would like to give it to you.
Yeah, I can give it to him, yeah.
Big old house, man.
So that is the inspection report.
Just know, we've had our structural engineer,
Yeah,
property
so-
also, it requires some foundation work, and it's gonna be pretty extensive. I would like to make sure she's aware that what's gonna need to be done, basically a foundation that we dug up and relayed, that is in some serious condition.
Hey, ma'am, did you hear what we explained to previous owners about the demolition process today, if we were to affirm the order? So you understand that if we were to affirm today, that you've got some time before we go out there and knock it down? So if you'd like to enter into a rehab agreement and start repair on this property, then we'll just kind of monitor it. As long as we're seeing progress, we're not going to demolish it. But if we don't see progress by the time the bids are out, we're going to knock it down.
Okay, now with the permits and all that stuff, I know there's some steps I need to take to get it.
So if you go downstairs to the inspections department, they'll help you to start that process to enter into the rehab agreement. And as long as there's a rehab agreement that's current and you're progressing on the property, we'll just keep an eye on you.
The only reason I had to border it up is because people were getting in there and they were.
We understand. That's exactly why we put buildings on the demo list, so, okay?
We request the order be affirmed, and of course, we will abide by any rehab agreement that Ms. Granda enters.
Motion to affirm the order.
I second.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Thank
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Good luck.
24 Condit.
Kevin?
Yep. We show this property, members of the board, owned by Second Chance Home Solution. The notes indicate that the water's been off since 2016 and the gas and electric meters have been pulled. We do show some photos that appear to show an unsafe porch as well as a multifamily building with some missing brick and siding. I'm going to, and some graffiti as well. I'm going to present the board these photos. Sir, are you familiar with the property?
Yes, I am.
Is this the property at issue?
Yes, those are the pictures.
Okay, accurately represent the condition of the property.
Not currently, but
Okay,
prior.
at least when these were taken, which I guess was December.
As of December, yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to present these to the board. And the city's position is request that the demo order be affirmed. Sir, you can go ahead and present whatever you have with the board. And just state your name and your affiliation with the property.
My name is Brent Novak. I am the manager of Second Chance Home Solutions. I've had some setbacks in the last 2 years with my family, and I I haven't taken care of the property like I should have. I didn't get the notice until March 5th, and I have taken action since then, and I do have pictures, if I could bring it up on my iPad. I just ask that you just maybe push this till the next meeting, and you could see my progress. I've already made progress, like I said, in the last 2 weeks, not doing any building, but just doing general repairs. I didn't do any building. I merely did some, as he mentioned, brick, but it's not a brick home, it's a frame home. And I merely have taken off siding. I've done some painting. I've removed graffiti. I've done some pressure washing, all things that I think do not need a permit. Brent Novak?
Brent, we spoke yesterday.
Yeah, I spoke yesterday.
Me and Brent spoke yesterday regarding this property, advised them what the process is. We're through with the demolition process, pay for the demo inspection. Nothing goes on until the demo inspection is done, so we can make sure that as the inspection is done and you go forward, the things that are addressed in the inspection or in the rehab agreement will be met, so there's no change in condition of the property from now till the time we get into that rehab agreement. As always, our firm, pay for the demo inspection, we'll enter a rehab agreement. At that point, you can choose to enter that agreement or not. Process is the same. I don't want anything to go on with the property at this point till the inspection rehab agreement is done. I don't want anything in the condition of the property to change to the point that we enter that rehab agreement, if you can understand. I mean, there's things you can do, cutting the grass, maintaining the property.
Right.
Is, you know, acceptable. Start to remove things, siding and, change the condition of the property between now and then. Can't alter what's gonna happen. If you were to start putting stairs on or, what you work or money you put into the property now, it certainly alters what happens when the rehab agreement is signed and agreed on.
I just, I didn't think I was doing any type of building. I've just been, there was a checklist of things wrong with the home, and I was just addressing those. Like I said, painting a door that had graffiti on it, pressure washing.
So I think, sir, the next step for you is to schedule that inspection, so you can really go, sit down with the inspectors and see what it's going to take to get it up to code and get it off the demo list, right?
Now, is that a city inspector, or is that a third party?
It is a city inspection, so you can contact Kelly's department, and they'll schedule that for you, pay for the inspection, and then you can enter into the rehab agreement so that, as we stated before, you know, if we affirm this order today, that there is going to be a period before these demos are bid out. So we won't see any action happen on these structures until probably May. So if between now and then, you've entered into a rehab agreement and we start to see some progress in the building, we won't go and knock it down. We'll just keep an eye on you, bring you in for status, just to make sure that progress continues.
Could we continue this till the next meeting on keeping me off the demo list? I'm more than happy to pay for the inspection.
So our
And
position on that, board, is that, I mean, and I'm not, again, it's nothing to do with Mr. Novak's intentions. It's that if we did that for everybody, then we'd have this, you know, this problem where, oh, ended up didn't pay, I couldn't pay it this week, I'm gonna pay it next week. And as long as the
I
process
can pay it
moves
right now,
forward,
if you
that's
don't mind.
great. No, you can go downstairs and pay it, that's great. And that way, when it comes up for bid in 6 to 8 weeks, we'll already have a rehab agreement in place, if everything goes smoothly, and it'll move forward.
And sir, if I can stress too, I know we say it, the demo list, but it's the order to repair or demolish list. So by putting it on that list, it's stating that the board has determined that it's unsafe in its current condition, and it must either be repaired or demolished.
So, well, I guess it would be up to the inspector then to say at what extent.
They're going to let you know exactly
Yeah.
what needs to get done in order for it to get off that list. And you can determine whether, you know, it's worth working on or not.
Okay, so when would I be back here then?
You probably need to, I would say, contact the inspection department as soon as possible. You can do it after the meeting today, get that inspection started, and then we wouldn't have any kind of, if you're entered the rehab agreement, they're just going to keep us updated that you're moving forward on things, and if by the date that we bid these out, there's been no rehab agreement or nothing has happened, then it's going to get bid
So
out.
the rehab agreement would be between me and the city?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this board, actually, they'll approve it.
Yeah, we'll approve the rehab agreement.
Is the, you said you didn't get notice till March 5th. Is it, we have you at 185th in Lansing, is that?
That is
Okay,
correct.
yeah. We
When
sent it
I-
out March 1st.
When I spoke to Mr. Kearney yesterday, he actually mentioned the former owner's address in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Well, we sent it to everybody.
That was the address in Zone Pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I
Okay.
think, I mean, we again, we request that the order be affirmed Novak goes forward and gets the inspection, like he said he's gonna pay for it today, that's great, and hopefully there'll be a rehab agreement for you in the near future.
Routine maintenance and care is acceptable. Just don't start any construction or more demolition.
Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
A motion to affirm the order.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
23335 Kenwood, we had some notification of the owner on this by the owner's attorney, Mr. Weigel. He just requested this be continued to April 5th. We're fine with that. We would request this be continued to April 5th. What's going on?
Do I have it?
Motion to continue 23335 Kenwood to April 5th.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
6927 McCook Garage. Got it? So we show this garage in pretty poor condition. In fact, there's a hole in it as of December. We show it owned by Lannon, I believe, and I can show you the photos. So are you the owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay, does this appear to be the condition of your garage?
Yes.
All right, is it still in that condition?
Yes.
All right, we would request, given the condition of the garage, that the order be affirmed. Mr. Lannon, you go ahead and identify yourself and speak to the board.
My name is Kerry Lannon. I am one of the owners of the home. It's owned by the trust. My brother lives in the home. He's in ill health. We had pulled a permit last fall to do the work, but we couldn't get it done before the winter turn. It is our intent to repair the property. Definitely don't want to have it go to demolition. So I assume that what I'll do is just go on the repair list, enter an agreement with the city to get that work done, and we'll get it taken care of.
That'd be great, yep.
Yep.
We hope that gets done, so we would request.
Only question I have was, in terms of getting I have to file or pay for an inspection. Is that due today, or is that
Do it at any time you want, just that the process will move forward if you don't pay for it.
6 to 8 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
well,
so-
we're definitely not interested in having it demolished. My brother's health dictates that we have to get the house repaired for sale at any event, so we'll get it
So
done.
I would say don't wait on that inspection, though, because you can't do any work until the inspection is
I
complete.
understand.
Okay?
But entering into the agreement would also show good faith that we're
Yep.
intending to move forward, which is
Absolutely.
our intent.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Motion to affirm the order.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next property is 4905 Pine. We show the owner as Fannie Mae. There was an inspection paid for on February 6th, and we do have that report. Anybody here on 4905 Pine? Okay, hi. So it looks like there has been an inspection. We don't have a rehab agreement before the board at this time. We show water and gas and electric being off since 2015. And are you the owner of the property?
No, I
No.
am not. No longer. It was foreclosed in October.
Yep.
And I have a cancellation of debt, you know.
Yes, so you just are here to indicate that you have no interest
Correct.
in the property, okay? So you don't have, obviously, if you have no interest, then you have no say in whether we knock it down or not, right? And your name is Barbara Eichelberry?
Officially, it's Barbara Montalbano now.
Okay.
I'm remarried.
Got it? And the cancellation from the IRS is in the name of Eichelberry, though?
Yes, it's Barbara Eichelberry.
Yep, okay,
My accountant has the original, like,
that's fine. No, you're just basically coming to say that you don't have any interest in the property, right? Given the condition of the property, board, we would request that, and there being no objection, and no one here present with an ownership interest, we would request that the order be affirmed as presented.
Motion to affirm the order.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am. 1258 Sherman. 1258 Sherman. Good morning. We have this property, members of the board, owned by the Loftons. We show that no water has been on, no water has been on since 2015. Gas and electric has been pulled. There's been an issue with squatters in the property, and that's led to the board ups. We do have a problem with the porch and a door, at least at last inspection, was laying in the yard. The garage has a failing roof, and the door is open to the elements. So, are you the owners of the property?
Yes.
The Loftons? Okay, Mrs. Lofton, is this the property at issue?
Yes.
And is this the condition of the property?
I never been there. My daughter-in-law put it in my name, so the house wasn't getting taken, because she went to jail for 190 days, so I haven't never lived there.
Okay, so
Okay.
is this the property at issue?
That's
Okay.
it, yes.
Yes. So you, Ms. Lofton, your name is on the property, you understand?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, board, the city's position is to affirm the order of demolition.
Yes.
Mrs. Lofton, you can go ahead and,
Yes, I would like for it to be the demolition.
You want it demolished?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
You have no
okay.
objection? No objection?
No, it is.
Okay, so we would request the order be affirmed.
Motion to affirm the order?
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
have a blessing.
You too.
City program, could you get a phone number real quick? We're gonna see if they
Yeah.
can participate in the hardest hit program.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay. Great.
The what program?
The next property is 2040 Sherman. I can report to the board that this property actually was recently sold for the BEP program. We would request, however, that the order be affirmed.
Motion to affirm the order for 2040 Sherman?
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next property is 717 Sibley. 717 Sibley. We show this property as being owned by, the owner's listed as Silva. There's an illegal homestead on the property. The water's been off since 2015. Given the condition of the property, we would request the order be affirmed as presented. We do have good service on the owner.
Motion to affirm the order?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5541 Sol, this is garage only. We have it listed as U.S. Bank as the owner. There is an illegal homestead on the property. 5541 garage only. We would request that, given the condition of the garage, that the order be affirmed as presented. We do have good service.
Motion to affirm the order?
I'm sorry, Mr.
Oh.
Castro is here. All right.
Self-demoed?
Rick, 5541 was self-demoed, so we will take that. We would request that that be removed from the demolition list, and we'll note that it's been self-demoed. Thanks, Rich.
Remove? Motion to remove?
Oh, motion to remove from the demo list?
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
7212 Southeastern, we got a nice letter from Mrs. Gorby, who is the owner of the property. She gave Mr. Russ Guillen, who is the owner of Artisan Restoration, full permission to come here on her behalf, and here he is.
Yes.
Looks like that,
I submitted the agreement last week, which she signed. I've got the paper. I've got a check for $10,000 to submit today. And hopefully we can start pulling permits sort of immediately, as the roof needs immediate attention. Right, yeah.
Remember him?
I do.
Well, he fixed that one up.
So,
so we would just request this be set over for status of June 7th.
okay.
Motion to set over for status June 7th?
Second. Yes, it's June 7th.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
4226 Wabash, garage only, 4226 Wabash. This is the owners of Sandoval, listed as Sandoval. It's in very poor condition, given the condition of the garage. And, I'm sorry, Nick's here, all right.
It's coming.
I had met with the owner of the property. We did an interior inspection. He is currently in the process of getting a general contractor lined up to remove the roof overhang. The garage itself was boarded up. The main concern is there is an overhang running off of the garage roof to cover a cement patio. The footings are cracked, the posts are slipping off the pre-poured footings, and something that needs to be addressed. I just got off the phone with the owner this morning, and he does plan to have a contractor come to remove it, but if the board would like the bulkhead maybe affirm to ensure that it gets taken down. But I have finally received contact from him, and he is working to address the situation.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
So we would request that it be affirmed. And,
Motion to affirm the order?
Second.
All those in favor?
No one shall.
Aye.
Aye.
972 Wilcox, 972 Wilcox. This is a property that is been vacant since 2016. It does have a homestead on it, and there's been squatter issues. We would request, given the condition of the property, that the order be affirmed as presented. We do have good service.
Motion to affirm the order?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
36 William Street. This is a property where we've had water off since 2010. It's been boarded up. We did get correspondence that was requested to be given to the board by one of the disinterested heirs that now live in Arizona. I'll make sure that's part of the record. Basically, she is disclaiming any interest in the property and saying that she would like to be removed from notice. So given that no one showed up and that no one is indicating an interest, we request the order be
Motion to affirm the order.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Last property on our list is 6435 Woodward Avenue. There was a substantial fire on this property back in 2017. It does have a homestead. I don't believe anyone is still, you have some here. All right. 6435 Woodward had a fire back in 2017. There is a homestead on the property. Do you own the property, sir? Are you Mr. Longcar? Okay. I show it as Louis Longcar. Is that you? All right. Let me show you some photos. You're aware there was a fire there, I take it? And is that the condition of the property? Yes. Does it remain in that condition? Yes. Okay, I'm going to show the board. Given the condition of the property and the danger to the surrounding area, we would request that the order be affirmed. Mr. Longcar, you can go ahead and address the board and present any evidence you'd like.
Yes, I would like to try to repair it. I'm just having issues with the insurance. So yesterday I spoke with two people, an adjuster and an attorney, that way we get this process in order
When was the fire?
in November.
You understand that the board's position is to affirm the order, and then during that time, if you're able to sort things out and enter into the rehab agreement, we see progress, that we won't knock down the structure?
Can they just give me like a nice amount of time? 'Cause I don't know how long this process is gonna take.
Well, you're going to need an inspection from the city as well, so I know you're working on it with your insurance, but I would say you need to schedule that inspection right away so that you have the information available when, you finally sort out the financial part of it with the insurance company. Okay, so, like we said earlier, if these won't go to bid for 6 to 8 weeks, so no action will be taken until May. So, you need to get an inspection and enter into a rehab agreement with the city, prior to that time, otherwise we're gonna come knock it down.
I can do that now, today?
You can go downstairs and get that scheduled, pay for the inspection, okay?
Did you ever live in the property, or?
Yes.
You did, okay, so that's why there's a homestead on there, because you live there. Okay, we request the order be affirmed.
Motion to affirm the order.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Thank you.
And Mr. Matthews is here for item K.
We'll go back to item K on the agenda, a hearing on property located at 1204 Lakeview Avenue.
Thank you. I apologize for being late. I represent Sylvia Milosevic, who, when this began last year, was the owner of the property. In August and September, we inspected, reached an agreement about her restoring it to its limited 3 residential unit use, because there had been a 4th unit being used in it, and doing some other work, or selling it. And the new owner would then be responsible for complying with its limitations. I was told before the end of last year that she had an offer that she believed she was going to accept, and I said, send me the paperwork. I never heard any more. Last week, Lynn said, I'll see you next week for the hearing. I didn't even put it on my calendar for this session. I understand the property has been sold. I checked the public records. There is a new owner listed, but I promised I would get the documents so that the building department could contact the new owner, make sure things have been done to limit the use to a 3-unit apartment building, and I'll still do my best to do that. I was gonna ask for a continuance to like the 19th of April. Is that a board meeting date?
Yes.
That would give me time to get the file, get the materials, get them to Nick. There's also a companion case where the city filed ordinance violations against Mrs. Milosevic because of the condition of the building. And that's set for next week, so I've got 2 things to try and resolve.
Any issue with that, Nick?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, as soon as, we get the new owner information, I'll try to contact, set up an inspection, verify that what was done needed to be done, and we can go on this. Hopefully, we're good. Yeah, that's fine. 30 days is good. Hopefully, we have it worked out by then.
So we're gonna set this over for status April 19th?
That'd be fine.
All right.
Thank you. 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Do I have a second?
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go Go back to item M, demolition status hearing on property located at 5936 Birch.
This is a property that has a rehab agreement, but he hasn't yet pulled any permits, so I would ask you to please just set it to June 7th with the other, and we'll keep an eye on it.
Motion to set over for status June 7th.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item N, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 7212 Southeastern.
This is the fireman
Right,
who's
we
just
did that,
here.
right?
Well, this is the rehab agreement, so I'd ask you to please just approve it, because when he goes down there, they're going to ask for a copy, and here it is up here. So I want to make sure he gets a copy so we don't, he doesn't think we're playing games with him.
Motion to approve the rehab agreement for 7212 Southeastern.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item O, notice to owners of affected property at 7920 Indianapolis Boulevard.
This is just to acknowledge this is going to be, I think it's a rezone or a zoning action, and this is, the city of Hammond is the property owner at that location, and I'm just asking the board to take note that we have been properly notified.
So noted.
No action, right? Okay.
Item P, plat of the Menards Commons addition to the city of Hammond. Did I? Oh, the big one. Okay, do we have any? Okay, we'll do it after. Is anybody? anything on
Jonathan,
this
you
one?
were?
Nothing? I think that there was a change to the new improvements that Menards is planning to make on their
Is that it?
property. Yeah. Do you want to pull it out?
Mark tried explaining. Mark wasn't sure exactly what it was, what was changing. I'm not sure I'll be able to figure it out either. Where's the big Menards at? It's Kenwood Street here. So this is the big Menards, so.
I believe this has gone through redevelopment already,
I think it has. He said it did. They've looked at it.
Do we have to take any action on that, Chris?
I honestly don't know anything about it, so if we had somebody here from engineering to defer to their discretion, but we can always sit over.
I think this is a redevelopment, actually. It's been through the redevelopment board.
Kathleen Hill.
It's from Brian Poland through the redevelopment commission and plan commission
It's been to the BZA.
and the BZA. Okay. Okay, well, I guess.
They've
we
vetted
can
it, sounds
approve.
like to me. Yeah. They've already vetted it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the plot for Menards Commons addition.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item Q, rental, or correspondence received requesting rental registration hearings. When do we want to do those? April 26th?
Motion to set rental registration hearings for April 26th.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item R, correspondence received from Ms. Anita Gilliard requesting Tapper Avenue and Highland Street and Tapper Avenue and Lion Street be blocked on June 2nd, 2018, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. for Hammond's annual Heart Walk for the American Heart Association. Is that a weekend?
What weekend?
Is it a weekend day? Because otherwise we're not getting in City
Yes,
Hall.
it's Saturday. Saturday, yes.
Yeah.
Can't work on Saturday.
Motion to approve the
Is
request.
this gone though to street and police? Is this the normal one? Want to approve subject to
We
the
can,
review and
yeah.
recommendation of street and police? Do I have a motion to approve subject to the review and recommendation of the street and police department?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item S, correspondence received from St. Margaret Mary Church requesting street closure for Easter processions on Sunday, March 25th, 2018, Friday, March 30th, 2018, and Sunday, April 1st, 2018. Do we need to send that to the street department as well?
Yes.
I think.
Motion to approve the request with the approval of streets.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence received from Chris Doyle, 716 Hollywood Court, requesting dog waste signs be placed on the property beyond her fence.
I was actually in communication with the chairman of the Port Authority Board this morning, and he said to refer that to the Port Authority, to
Okay,
being their property.
okay. Would you like to make that
So
motion?
my motion is to refer to the Port Authority.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 6, matters from other board members.
I have 6 matters before us, for me. Yes, sorry. The first one being a request for bid dates of March 29th and April 15th, or April 5th, with a bid opening date of April 19th, 2018, for 6 District Local Street Project, Colorado and Delaware Avenue, Nevada and New Jersey Avenue, lighting improvements.
Do I have a motion to approve those dates?
Motion to approve the dates.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, there is a request from Councilman Dave Warple to some monies that he had left in his 2017 General District Gaming budget be utilized for 2018.
This was an appropriation that was done, and the money was transferred this year, but those funds are no longer needed, so we are requesting that the councilman put that in writing so I can move the money back for him to use.
Motion to approve.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The engineering department is requesting on behalf of the Parks Department, this is from Councilman Mark Kalwinski, $250,000 for First District Park projects. It has been signed by the mayor. Motion to approve the councilman's request.
All those in favor? Aye.
From Councilman David Warple, the engineering department is requesting funding for the Alexander, Marshall, and Ridgeland Lighting Improvement Design Contract with HWC. The amount being $124,789 for the design. The request has been signed by the mayor. Motion to approve the councilman's request.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye. This is it's a memorandum from Fox Television Studios in regards to some television.
Fox Studios would like to use some of the city-owned buildings. This, I think, room will be one of them to film a TV pilot next Monday. So this agreement is allowing them to do so with some protections built in for the city. Anybody else have any comments on that? Okay.
Motion to approve the agreement.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And lastly, from the engineering department, Fifth Street, or Fifth District Lighting Project from Design Engineering Services, contract documents from Alexander Avenue to 8094 to 169th, Marshall Avenue from I-8094 to 169th, including 170th through 170th connector streets, and Ridgeland Avenue from 169th to 171st Street. And this has been reviewed by engineering,
By engineering, yes, but not law yet.
so we can approve subject to review by the law department?
Correct.
All right.
And Jonathan, does that one go along with the allocation form? Okay.
All right, a motion to approve the contract for design engineering services with approval, with the approval of the law department.
A second.
All those in favor? Aye.
And that's all the business this board member has.
Any other matters from other board members?
No.
Any matters from other department heads or their representatives?
Actually, I have a protective order there to be signed. Just by way of information, the city of Hammond is engaged in the opioid litigation, which is now under a multi-division it's in Ohio. It's in the Ohio federal court system. As part of the litigation, it has been requested that the United States DEA provide information about distribution of controlled substances, However, the US DEA does not wish this information to be publicly disclosed for purposes other than the litigation, and they have asked us to sign a protective order, which indicates that if we were to receive any sort of a FOIA in regards to any of the DEA information, we are to send it to their attention and not try to respond ourselves. So I'm just asking that the board please take a look at the protective order and sign it.
Okay.
Is this,
No, we're good.
is this a motion thing?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve the
Protective order.
protective order.
Thanks. And then I'll need a copy back of it just to email to them so they can put it on file with the court.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Any other matters from other department heads? New business? Old business? The meeting is open to the public. Is anyone here who'd like to speak? Ma'am, were you here on a matter today or just visiting? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.